Thanks, Aidan. Yeah, and look, big interest here around Scott Bass and Lizzie L'Amour, who make their return this afternoon. And Scott Bass, seriously, what's in front of him for this new season ahead for Scott Bass? With what he did, of course, when winning at Ellerslie, and what was an incredible win in the Karaka Million 3-year-old Classic. Of course, he was installed as one of the favourites then leading into the Derby. Unfortunately, he was scratched out from the Derby. Of course, he was fourth in an Avondale Guineas, and then he showed us heroics over 1,400 metres to win the Wellington Guineas. So, Lizzie L'Amour, Group 1 winner, of course, is Lizzie L'Amour, and we saw her winning the Herbie Dyke in terrific fashion for the Baker Forsman team. Interesting runner in this trial we do see is Mask as well, the 3-year-old colt by Savabeel. This one trained by Team Rogerson was stakes placed as a 2-year-old, and we get to see him in amongst them here in this open catchweight trial. And also Age of Fire, another Group 1 winner from last season. So look, some good talented runners in this particular trial. You've also got Gundown, who's big on ability. Gundown, a highly spruiked horse from last season for the Baker Forsman team. Von Tunzelman as well, and Nicoletta, the daughter of Savabeel. I know these horses have just got round to the start. Yeah, we'll look to talk to John O'Benner straight off the back of this trial, so we'll grab a Scott Bass comment from him post this trial. He's going to stand by and watch this trial with us, and then also just another quick comment from him around Windspell. And it was nice to be able to watch that replay again, just to be able to watch Windspell do some nice things at the back end of the trial. Of course, Bailey Rogerson, a very lightweight rider, going forward on a speedy runner, and Gift of Power setting that trial up and taking it out. But certainly nice from second and third and behind, the likes of John Snow and Sensible Princess, and Bonneville having a good hit at him behind, finishing into fourth position. George will bring you in. His runner is about to load away for heat number 2, and once again a fair bit of interest through this trial. Some nice talent here.
A lot of quality. We saw a lot of quality in the first as well too, Brendan, and the second of our 2 open catchweight trials about to load away. Scott Bass, of course, Lizzie L'Amour, she's been there and done that at the highest level. Ocean Emperor has always been held in high regard by the connections. I thought Age of Fire looked well, and so did Nicoletta, as they start to load away here for heat number 2. So another very interesting race. Great to see these open class horses, these Group 1 performers, black type performers in action here. And obviously at the start of their spring campaigns, as the last few are about to come into line. So the last 3 are about to load away. Open catchweight over the 1,100 metres. Nicoletta goes forward, so Scott Bass about to come up. And the other one still behind the stalls is Lizzie L'Amour. So Scott Bass goes in. Vinnie Colgan aboard Scott Bass. And Lizzie, she'll be the last in. Lizzie L'Amour. So we're set to go. The second heat. Open catchweight heat. Gates open now. They're off. And trialling, and first away was Ocean Emperor to lead out from Nicoletta up on the outside. They lead out by 2 lengths from Scott Bass on the inside of Lizzie L'Amour, and going forward also Mask. Back and behind those, Von Tunzelman from Age of Fire, and last of all is Gundown. As they put the 800 metres mark behind them, it's Ocean Emperor, the leader, leads by a length at a leisurely rate. From in second spot up on the outside now was Nicoletta. Then came Scott Bass third, followed by Mask, and then Lizzie L'Amour. Von Tunzelman up on the outside of her. Back second to last, Age of Fire, and last of all is Gundown, 6 lengths off the leader. As they work down towards the 450 metres mark, it's still Ocean Emperor, the leader. Leads by a length and a half here from Nicoletta. Now coming between the 2 is Scott Bass as they swing in. Out wide of Von Tunzelman, looks to run on. Battling away, and behind these then is Lizzie L'Amour with Mask. Further back, Age of Fire, and then Gundown. But down to the 150, Ocean Emperor away by 3 lengths, heading down towards the line. So this is impressive. Ocean Emperor with his ears pricked from Scott Bass. Third, Lizzie L'Amour, lovely trial. Alongside of her was Nicoletta, then Mask, followed by back and behind them next would have been Von Tunzelman, and then came Age of Fire and Gundown.
So there's Ocean Emperor taking the trial out. Scott Base, lovely into second position, joined by co-trainer and John O'Benner. I'm sure that was pleasing to the eye there with what you've seen.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, tickle pink with that. He was in desperate need of this today. Obviously, it's not ideal having to come all the way to Taupo for a trial, but look, it's just one of those horses that deals with whatever you throw at him. So now we were at with his trial.
Okay, how's he come through his preparation leading up towards Saturday, of course, and through that, through the break after a good 3-year-old season?
Yeah, look, he's been building really nicely. Obviously, this time of year, as it is for everyone, it's hard to get them sort of prepared with training tracks, etc. So exactly why we come in here. So look, couldn't be happier with him. Obviously, another 10 days, we can tighten the screws on him a touch, and if he could draw an alley in the Tarzino, then I know he's there.
Yeah, and wind spell as well. You were happy with the late work there in heat number 1?
Yeah, definitely. Look, I think the first Group 1 for him is probably going to be a touch short. The second one will be nice, and I think the third one will be when you see him peaking. He's trending the right way, and we're happy with him.
Cool. Thanks, Jono.
Thank you.
That's John O'Benner, co-trainer of Scott Base. Gee, he's worked home really nice in that particular trial and behind Ocean Emperor.